Oh boy, there's still no sound. Silent to fall. Liquid are doing it. Get hyped and ready for BTS. America's 3. They're all freaking dead. Woo! Hello, everybody, and welcome. Oh, I muted myself. Hello, everybody, and welcome to BTS America's 3. Apologies about the fancy schmancy production value. For some reason, now all the videos on XSplit don't have any audio, so I hope you appreciate my interpretation of the intro there. It was probably the worst thing you ever heard. Anyways, we're getting into more important matters. It's game number 2, Digital Chaos going against Balrogs Esports here. Let's go ahead and bring up the bracket, and you can see currently where we are in BTS Americas. You can see right there in the middle, round 2 matchup, DC versus Balrogs. We're looking to see who's going to be moving on to the semis, and then they'll be awaiting their next opponent in the matchup of Power of Friendship versus Infamous. So here we are. Let's go ahead and hop into the draft. I'm KotLGuy for Beyond the Summit, bringing you the English coverage. And I'm going to be joined again remotely by my good buddy, also known as, well, Discount Matt Damon. It's RyuUboruZ. How's it going, my friend? Welcome back. I'm glad you didn't have to hear much of my intro. It was the worst thing ever.
Well, I don't even know where to go from that intro. It's like already butchered. You're gonna need somebody like Red Eye to salvage this situation here. But
yeah, I don't think Red Eye would ever cast it.
That guy's a lurker, man.
Anything ever.
Yeah, he's a lurker. What is that?
That's good, man. Hey, he likes to dabble. I'm a man who can appreciate some good lurking and good dabbling. But here we go. We didn't get to see it in the last game, Ryu. And the first pick Balrogs go for is going to be the Lone Druid. We already touched on it a bit in the last game during the draft, but he has received that minor nerf where his Savage War cooldown was increased a bit. So we'll see if that's going to be much of an effect at all. But look who is the Beastman himself. It's going to be Beastmaster as a first pick even for DC. So already a funky start here.
Yeah, I would say the biggest thing that causes a lot of Lone Druid's downfall is the Enchantress. One, it's really hard to hit her, and then two, obviously you can go back and get a lot of creeps, apply a lot of pressure into his lane, and then if you constantly kill him early on, then he becomes pretty susceptible to games, and he gets shut down, and then you don't come online fast enough, and then you lose the game by the time you get your Radiant. So another hero here that's amazing. He's pretty much up there with the supports nowadays is the Witch Doctor. He seems to be back, baby, and I like it. It's kind of the replacement to the Dazzle. Sometimes we see Dazzle come out in games, but in this one, Witch Doctor fits the profile perfectly here. Against the Bear, obviously bouncing between them, and then you can have a good death ward. It's an amazing setup here. So, Balrogs, how much of an all-in push strategy do you want to go? That's the question.
I would hope it would be pretty hefty. Otherwise, they need a way to create space so people ignore the Lone Druid so they can farm up quite a bit. But we'll have to see. And I do agree with you. It's always nice to see Witch Doctor back into the limelight. It certainly helps. I wouldn't say that his profile replaces one of Dazzle, which, speak of the devil, he's actually going to be the second pick here for Balrogs. But just the convenience that now he seems to be like one of the best go-tos when you're going against the Lone Druid for matters that you already pointed out. We've been seeing a lot of Chen lately, so there's good reason to have the cask there against Enchantresses. And it could prove to just really disrupt the whole team fight when they're trying to dive forward, and next thing you know, a Coconut's going to be keeping a couple of your guys back and beyond, and it could be just a frustrating thing that could just throw a team through the absolute hoops as far as kind of get off the proper execution in a hectic fight. But as we go through the second phase of bans, we're not going to be seeing the Enchantress here. Chen also going to get removed. DC get rid of the Death Prophet as well as the Brood Mama, and it looks like we're not going to be seeing any sort of like Faceless Void. I wager that DC are going to be committing this Beastmaster to the off lane, and Balrogs have already grabbed at the Lone Druid, but to be honest, Ryu, I don't know if they play Lone Druid like in the style of like EG, let's say, and have it as a safe lane, or if they like the E-Home way and throw it in the off lane, like also Alliance who love it in the off lane. But if they go in safe lane, I guess they could always grab maybe the Void out there. What is your opinion about Lone Druid and his change up between being a safe lane farmer and an off lane? Do you think that there's much of a variation between the two, or what do you think?
I think obviously safe lane is safer, and then and that's what it all comes down to. and the kill potential with the enemy heroes, right? So if they per se have, weak lanes or weak roamers, you can get a lot done in the off lane
Radiant
here.
team
And
pick.
then, yeah, I really do think Lone Druid plus Juggernaut is a staple thing for Alliance, and it's very strong. It's really hard to kill Juggernaut, and it's really hard to kill Lone Druid. So the combination between these two heroes is amazing, and that's pretty much how Alliance got their run. So I can understand how they want to ban out the Juggernaut
Yeah.
here. What other thing will really help in this situation
10
against the Zeus
seconds
zapping
remaining.
around? Dazzle will probably be going for the Glimmer Cape. He has a lot of heal
5
sustain already.
seconds remaining.
It's nice they banned out the Jug. What else could really help here?
Reserve
Honestly, I like
time.
Ursa in a lot of games where you can just get on top of heroes that are really squishy.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is the Zeus here. You can use your Rage as Beastmaster is roaring you. And you'll take 0 damage. You can also sure up that Roche, but I don't think too many people have been utilizing the hero that much.
I would agree with that. I feel like there's a good selection of heroes that are still a little on the underutilized side, but here comes Queen of Pain now for
Dire
Balrogs. This
team
comes
pick.
after the Viper ban, a typical rival to the Queen of Pain here. But she's going to be one to match up against the Zeus, and
Radiant
it takes
team pick.
little to no time at all for Digital Chaos to go right into the Weaver. Weaver has kind of resurfaced a bit, it would appear, Ryu. I've been seeing him pop up in a couple of recent competitive games. I've been seeing a lot of the top players even kind of, going through the ringer with their pubs even. What is so appealing now about Weaver, like now, as opposed to in the last patch when we pretty much saw him
10
next to never?
seconds remaining.
One, he can kill Lone Druid probably the best out of
5
any hero.
seconds remaining.
You just Sakuchi in, swarm in, and this is what we were talking about when the Savage Roar is
Reserve
reduced.
time.
Sakuchi is just one of those things that can constantly chase you, and it's going to be a pain in the ass for Lone Druid to really escape.
Mhm.
Also, another thing that people don't note that often is
10
the
seconds
Swarm on
remaining.
Roche. It is absurdly strong. You can do level 1 Roche
5
strats with it,
seconds
and
remaining.
it takes so long for it to die, and then you can even
Dire
tank over
team
it. So you
back.
can take the aggro wave from the Swarm, and then it'll keep stacking up the negative armor. So, in all honesty, he's a really good Roche hero in the meta right now. I'm really surprised they were gonna
Radiant
ban the
team back.
Huskar here.
Wow.
I guess they do have a Zeus, a lot of the magic damage here, but synergy with that.
Well,
Yeah.
we've never
That
seen a
hero is
hero
something.
played at all, but just in case, he's that one hero who could be the one key
Radiant
factor for
team pick.
Balrogs, and the best case scenario against Digital Chaos, they don't want to risk it and they ban it out. That's some respect to their own draft, I suppose. And then they round out their draft with a greedy secondary support and going for the Enigma, a classic AoE hero here, a dire side jungling Enigma. I guess with Balrogs already committing to a Rubik Dazzle duo, they don't fear there's going to be a lot of roaming or anyone
10
interrupting the
seconds
Enigma
remaining.
from playing so greedy.
Yeah, if Balrogs could
5
play Wisp,
seconds
this would have been the
remaining.
perfect Wisp game because you can just tether in on the Queen of Pain and it's constantly kill the Zeus. And it would have been what Navi had been doing recent. And you just constantly keep killing the Zeus over and over, get full map control. And yeah, like you said, when you're going against Enigma like this, normally you can get rune controls in both spots just because it is a little bit greedy. Digital Chaos have a really strong lanes right now besides the Zeus. That's the only problem. So we're going to have to see how Resolution fares against Timato. If Rubik's going to be rotating over. And then this is a Benjaz playing Slardar. So I would assume it's still going to be a safe lane. But yeah, now they have something to really deal with Weaver. You blink in, you crush, and you amplify damage, and then he just melts like paper. So it's a really good hero for kind of dealing it. They have Rubik for the counter of the black hole.
10
So
seconds remaining.
all in all, it's kind of well-rounded for Balrog.
All right, and on that note, we're going to get underway here. It's game number 2 of this best-of-3 matchup.
Prepare
Digital
for
Chaos
battle.
going against Balrogs here. Balrogs coming off what many might consider a bit of an upset. Being able to take down Team Shazam in the opening round has guaranteed their spot here, and Digital Chaos, a team who is probably one of the favorites, if not the favorite, to take this whole cup, looking to kind of bypass this squad and make their way into the semis. They're already up 1 game. And for Balrogs here, they're going to need a win if they want to take this to a Game 3 stretch. An early rotation does come out. from the side of DC to get that ward down, and they put it right on top of the ramp here, and in plenty of time where there's going to be really no trouble whatsoever. And as Balrogs show up to see if they can scout out any sort of ward drop, they're already going to be a bit too late, it looks like. So they'll have to commit and stay down for the bottom room. It looks like DC will be at the top one, and they're going to have that little extra insurance of the vision, it would appear.
Yep. And I'm just going to see how much the Lone Druid can get off this off lane. See if he dies to the Weaver, plus the coconut bounces, like you're saying. And in this situation, yeah, you are going on the high ground, scouting out. That could be very dangerous if Balrogs were all up there, but scouting out, obviously, with that ward in the bottom lane, he knows he can play that aggressive.
The battle begins.
Well, is he going to get the rune? The bear didn't get it.
It is going to be an interesting game in the sense that technically, you know, this could be a lot onto Jericho here on the Rubik. I mean, when you look at the other side, this is somewhat of a Rubik's wet dream, really. You got an Enigma already out there. Sakuchi is probably like one of the easiest things to snag from Weaver. Zeus has plenty of nuking power to take from. Hell, you might be able to get a Primal Roar. If he's going to be on his A game, it could be a big showing for him and a trump card almost for the side of Balrogs here.
Yep, and this is just how Tomato is playing really good in the mid lane. He's constantly nuking out Resolution and making sure he doesn't get close to the creep waves. This is just how powerful Queen of Pain is in this situation.
They really wanted to punish him too. Rubik was waiting for the courier snipe, and I don't know if they spotted the Rubik, but they still put the courier up and around to not allow it to be easily sniped. I guess once they kind of recognized the Rubik was not showing himself in the lane, they wanted to play it extra cautiously. Finally, Rubik does show himself. It's towards the bottom lane, and he gets some mild harassment onto Bolo by lifting him up, and they'll nuke him a bit, but he's not going to get that courier like they were hoping for.
Yep, and they could have gotten the courier. That would have helped out a lot in this situation. But also another thing to note is the Nightmare. He didn't level up Poison Touch. I think sometimes you should skip it, and then sometimes you shouldn't. Against a Beastmaster, it's nice to have the Shadow Wave to really stack up against the summon.
Mid-lane, Resolution getting enticed. Look at that. Even the efficiency of dropping and using the Fairy Fire. Motto ain't playing around here in game number 2. They're going to get the first blood on the Resolution.
And second blood here looks like.
Yes, they will. Yeah. Yes, they will. Jericho with the double kill on his Rubik. Oh.
Give me mana boots, friends. Give me mana boots.
He's almost there. Oh, man. About 50 gold away, and he'll have one of the earliest arcanes ever on a Rubik. Jesus. Good for him. Yep. I mean, just before that, I'm saying he's got to have one hell of a game. And this is going to be a great way to start it.
The biggest problem, though, is Queen of Pain didn't get the kills, and he doesn't have a bottle. So at the end of the day, even though it looks nice for the Rubik getting those kills, it's not going to your Queen of Pain, which would have been tremendously, I think, way better. So, yeah, he's going to drop the Null even to salve up here. This is really good play.
As they do that, we scope back with the bottom lane a bit. Bulba had completely chopped down the trees from this pull camp here, so it makes it pretty easy to kind of see when to make the pull happen. A nice little perk of having the Beastmaster in the off lane, but this is something Nightmare's been onto, and he does not want to allow him to get the easy pull, and we'll have to continue to de-aggro it a bit. But all the meanwhile, you know, it's happy for Slardar. He continues to CS up a bit. He's third in CS right now at 13-9 to match up against Bulba's 5-0 in the same lane. Top of CS, though, that belongs, of course, to Owie in the jungle. Still doing the grind thing on his Enigma. He is about to be level 5 at just over 3 minutes in, so he is on good pace right now. And Jericho's not roaming on him. Yeah, he's roaming instead for mid lane, trying to step on forward, but he went for the phase boots on the Rubik. Yeah.
Okay.
He went phase boots. What?
That would have the game would have worked if the Queen of Pain was just patient. That's the worst part too. Oh man, yeah. And I guess you could say the lineup doesn't really need that many mana boots. Only person who's gonna be starved is the Dazzle, and Nightmare probably will already get the mana boots. But yeah, you want to have it just because Sakuchi this game, you're gonna be stealing it a lot, and I don't know if he's gonna have enough mana going into the later stages of the game.
What happens when he steals Black Hole and all these big spells, and he realizes he doesn't have mana for it because he doesn't arcades? Oh, this is gonna be fun. I hope he makes the most out of it here with the extra damage and burst of speed, but he does come up short already in the mid lane with it. So Oh boy, Balrogs. All right, keeping the game mighty spicy here. I'm loving it already.
Ba-da-ba-ba.
Yeah, McDonald's style. But top lane, Yawar is, he's spreading his little weaver wings, and he's got all the room in the world to farm it up. While Enigma Daddy there is at the top at 33-1 CS. He's nipping at the heels at 31-12. This weaver, pretty much having the time of his life right now. Where'd the lone druid go? He's over in the jungle kind of farming it up. Did he get a talent? He certainly did. And he'll just have to make the most of this jungle play right now.
Yeah, he doesn't even have anything in Savage Roar. He's going for maximum efficiency, and I'm really curious when he is going to level up the Savage Roar now. This is confusing for me, to say the least. But
he's making the most of efficiency and being able to farm the jungle, and is like, I'm not a man of confrontation. Not at least the first 10 minutes, 15 minutes or so. So I will save those points for something else. But Jericho's the one who's the frisky end. He's the opposite side of the spectrum here compared to the lone druid. He's continuously looking to put these shiny blue shoes to work right now. As he drops a ward in the mid lane, let's see. Here he goes. Phase boost. Boom. He's moving in. Can he get the telekinesis? No, he cannot. Not going to be able to get the grab on Resolution there. Resolution even going to mess with him a bit. Knocks him in the noggin with one. Hits him again with a nuke.
Radiant's top tower
Finally, Jericho's going to have to get the hell out of there.
he's like, this stupid guy is phase boots. What the this? Like, what are you supposed to do with phase? Oh, this is just scary. But yeah, pressure on the top lane. This is what happens when you pick Enigma
Radiant's
and you
top
don't
tower
contest
has
him at
fallen.
all. He just gets free towers in this situation, and he's gonna have a fast mechanism. It looks like too for AUI, and it's becoming a little bit scary for the side of
Radiant's
Balrog. Sure,
top
you got your
tower is
2-0
under
right now,
attack.
but still not shutting
Dire's
down
bottom
the
tower
Enigma is
is
going to be
under
the
attack.
biggest thing, and it's going to be on the back of Binjaz with his huge blink daggers to really set up a lot of things coming their way.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they have definitely put together a lineup that's not looking to push it very late, but the problem is DC also have the benefit of a hefty push game right now with the help of Aoi here in these Eidolons. And with that, and even when he's able to get a mech, I mean, he doesn't really need to... I wouldn't be surprised if he barely gets off any black holes this game altogether. Like, he might just be more in it for the mech and the pushing, and he's like, oh, there's a Rubik, unless I absolutely am certain I'm going to get a black hole down perfectly, like, I might not just even bother. So I wouldn't get too hyped to expect big black holes this game, but I do welcome them with open arms.
When I pick the Enigma 2, I never get it for the black hole. Top lane, though, Jericho is going to be wrapped around here. Yawar, and this is... Is this phase? No,
Phase boots are going to get in the way, though. Oh. Nope.
Resolution.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Mine. Mine, hose.
Okay, well, so DC do finally get themselves on the board with that takedown from the Zeus ulti. We check back at the mid lane now. It looks like the Queen of Pain has been able to finish off her treads. She has Bottle coming back out. And now being level 6, I'm sure she would love to make some use out of the Sonic Wave. But as Theban rolls through, they get a drive-by ward deny, it looks like, between the help of Resolution and his Tango. So we'll have to see. What should Queen of Pain do now that she has Sonic Wave? Is it time to put it to some use? Maybe mid lane?
That is.
Okay.
You're right on the money.
There we go.
But they did just lose the tier 2 tower top. So, at the end of the day, I was watching top Yawar Cheeky playing around with the Rubik here. He almost had the deny. It was so close. I was like, okay, is these phase boots gonna do something this game? But at the end of the day, it still didn't get the deny. Very close. I think it was like 3 HP or something. And then Yawar got it. Or AUI's minions did. Headlong.
Looks like Theban is going to be reserving up an Invis rune here. Maybe Aoi is going to be hoping to use it for a Mighty Hole. Taking his business to the mid lane right now. Closest target is Tomato. He's flirting with the range of this tower right now. And he sees her. Boom! How you going? Right into the hole. Right into the Zeus ulti. She is out.
Middle tower is under
Just
attack.
like that. And they will quickly turn this into a push in the mid lane tier 1.
I'm really scared right now for Balrogs because of this Moon Druid. His skill build is making me worry. You need to have True Form and you need to have Savage Roar. This is not a game where you can just sit back and farm for 20 minutes because they're going to start putting on the pressure.
Dire's bottom
It
tower
looks like he
under
is, and I
attack.
agree with you. I mean, the pressure's going to be coming. It already is showing here on the side of DC. You know, definitely by the side of Owie once he got his level 6 and got the levels together, and it doesn't stop there. They're looking to go for Benjaz. This is supposed to be the guy who's hopefully going to be ready to turn it around in the back of a Blink Dagger, which he's getting close to and will be denied from getting that much closer to it. Jerry does show up, and he has the spell steal now, so he
Dire's
can take
middle
away the
tower is
Sakuchi,
under
but
attack.
that's a huge
Dire's
part of the Balrogs
structures
comeback
are
play here
fortified.
in the early laning stage was being able to get a quick Blink Dagger on Benjaz, so he could be a problem on the
Radiant's
Slardar.
bottom tower
Now he's going
is
to have to
under
wait that
attack.
much longer.
I'm just gonna laugh when Jerax goes in Viz with the Sakuchi and then he just gets zapped one time by Resolution and then ulted and dies. That's gonna be glorious because right now I see that happening. Oh, poor guy. Mechanism online from AUI. He got it from the kill mid, so another tower gonna be going the way it looks like of DC.
I mean,
Okay, well, nice
Jericho here,
Sakuchi
he
play.
thinks he's safe
Yeah.
with Sakuchi, but he better be careful. He's floating around quite a bit, but there are 3 DC members here and 2 more on the way. He's but 1 Rubik. Now he's going to be hit up with the swarm here. He's got to quickly get rid of it. The creep wave showing up, so they're going to make their committed dive right now, and they're going to see him with the help of that Zeus Ryu, as mentioned, and now with the curse and the extra bit of burst, he's down for the count. Rubik going to be taken out. He's been flirting with trouble that whole time, and finally he will pay the price, but maybe they'll get a bit of an exchange out of it. Looks like mid lane, they're going to be able to get to tier 1.
Has fallen.
Possibly more.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Nope, they'll let Bulba go. And DC will also grab the
Radiant's
tower
bottom tower
on the bottom
has
tier 1.
fallen.
Yeah, at least I think that death is. It's kind of weird for me to say it's a good death because at the same time you're feeding a kill for kind of nothing. You're losing your Sakuchi, but at the same time you still got the trade-off on mid, and
Dire's
that's what you
middle
want to do.
tower
You want to
is
hold
under
off
attack.
until your Slardar has his blink, which he just got it kind of because of the tower and the space being created by the Rubik. And
Dire's top
obviously
tower
the Queen
is
of
under
Pain,
attack.
I'm still waiting for the next big Sonic Wave. We've seen a good one, kill off Resolution in the mid lane. Now you have to put it to good use. They need to make a good smoke play with their Slardar Blink, and maybe they should rotate top here. Who TP's in? It's going to be 1437. Can they make the play on him?
Thinking about it here. He waits behind the tower, and they're going to see
Dead.
if they can take a page out of the book of DC in the bottom lane. There's the jump with the blink, and there's the quick snipe with the help of the heal. And it looks like their debut of the Blink Dagger will be a success there for Team Balrogs. Just a grab on little Theban. They're going to need a lot more than that, though, to get themselves back into a more dominant position.
Radiant structures are
They're still
fortified.
doing a nice job putting pressure around the map, and they're going to get another tower here. So Balrogs have done a really good job, and Lone Druid is just farming away. He doesn't have any boots on any of his... I mean, his hero or his bear, and he's going up there really
Dire's
fast with the
top
radiance.
tower has fallen.
Man, if he makes this work, I'm going to be very impressed.
This is like the greatest Lone Druid build ever. It's just I'm not looking to get involved with anything,
Radiant's
anywhere, at
middle
any
tower
time.
is
But
under
top lane Bulba, he's definitely involved as he commits the Primal Roar, looks for the jump on Quap, but Quap steps back and behind. He gets off a nice Sonic Wave, and that's going to take down Resolution. He gets saved up with the help of the Grave, and DC will be forced to disengage away from
Radiant's
trouble.
middle
But
tower
for the
has
other
fallen.
two, Yawar and Owie in the mid lane, they're going to be able to secure the tower in the mid lane.
Yep. And even the bottom lane. AUI's got a Vitality booster. It looks like it's the Rod of Owie, maybe, or potentially a Bloodstone. I have seen this work out the other day. Solo got a Bloodstone, and then they pushed high ground. He suicided, and then everybody got back up to full HP. It was a pretty gimmicky, pretty gimmicky, just healing everybody up, allowing them to sustain. So you have the mech as well as the Bloodstone, keeping everyone alive. But maybe he's just getting it for the Rod. I'm trying to think of everything that's going to do this game.
It is Owie after all. Can't help but throw out the casual. Maybe Owie's just getting his own Rod of Owie here. But yeah, for now, just a value Vipe booster does add to his durability quite a bit. I don't see any particular benefits from going the Atos on this one. It's not like there's a need for the taking care of Balrog's evasion. It does add a lot of strength and some long-range potential catch, I guess, in a way, but we'll have to see what he decides to do with it. Bloodstone, though, that does sound pretty damn intriguing. I wouldn't mind seeing it firsthand.
He's not doing it. I really like it in these situations where it just allows you to tank up and you're just pushing anyways. You're just a meat shield with the Enigma too. And the best thing about Enigma in these situations is if you're really beefy and you can still cast your Midnight Pulse and make them chase towards you,
Dire's top
you're
tower
going to be
is under
surviving,
attack.
and then they're going to be taking a huge amount of pure damage from the Midnight Pulse when they come in on top of you. So there is a lot of synergy just by tanking up with an Enigma.
Radiant's bottom tower
All right,
is
here
under
comes
attack.
Balrogs towards the top lane as a three-man group here. 4 if you count the bear, I
Dire's middle
suppose. But
tower is
there
under
goes the
attack.
Midnight Pulse, and they're going to try to force him back. Cass going to be flying out here. Does manage to bounce between the bear. And now Resolution setting the
Dire's
stage
top
with
tower is under attack.
the Thunder God's
Radiant
Wrath, but no
structures are
follow-up going to be there
fortified.
yet for DC. And Balrogs are tempted to come back and go for a bit more. They see that Yawar's at the bottom
Radiant's
lane pushing on
bottom
his
tower
Weaver.
is under attack.
And
Radiant's
maybe they're
bottom
thinking that they can
tower
go ahead and
has
do some
fallen.
work with him not on the playing field. Here comes Jericho leading forward. He's got that Sakuchi and Phase Boots working for him, but no catch going to be there. And now they might make their move. Look how slow he is trying to make it away. Now going to get stunned up from the cast. Do they follow it up? They do. Primal Roar, some burst from Resolution. Now he's jumping for Benjaz. Big catch with the crush, and they follow it up, but there's the turnaround. Howie gets off the black hole and silences everybody as he quickly drops down 4. Lone Druid is able to barely make it away from the
Radiant's
hot
bottom
mess,
tower
but
is under
DC will
attack.
take a 2-for-4 trade at the end of that fight.
Yep, that was really good initiation coming in from Balrogs, but I mean, once the mechanism came in and AUI's black hole, that story was pretty much told. And yeah, it's Balrogs being way too aggressive before they have Radiance on Lone Druid. And you know, when you pick Rubik, you don't want to get too up in your face in the front here. You want to stay in the back so you can steal spells. And you really needed to steal the black hole there. That could have been a huge play, but
Yeah.
really out of position there.
I imagine he's also saving up to have even better positioning with something like a Blink Dagger. But yeah, I do agree with you, being able to maintain a good position so that he could have his own turnaround. Otherwise, the Enigma doesn't seem to really care at all about throwing at the black hole, and we will be able to see a lot of them in this game, as we saw right there. Uh-oh, Resolution is spotted out under a sentry ward here on the high ground, and it looks like he'll just kind of take his business elsewhere. This is a black hole on cooldown. Do you think Balrogs could do anything in this bit of a window here, Ryu, or should they continue to be on the defensive here? They might have to be, because at this moment, Yawar is looking to come in from behind. He's got the Lincolns. It's going to be popped. There's the crush follow-up, and Balrogs just want to pull him back.
Sentries.
Oh, they're going for Darky now, and Darky, does he not have his... No, he has no Sacred Relic yet. He's getting so close. This could put him off. Death Ward going to be committed here from Thievin. It's going to get the kill, taking out little Jericho. And the rest of the Balrogs flee back to the safety of their base and away from DC.
All right, Thievin wants that play back
Radiant's
because he
middle
could have
tower
had
is under
an
attack.
infinite stun on the Lone Druid, but he thought Yawar had enough DPS to kill him off, which completely wrong in this situation. They're still chasing AUI. It's tanky. Why are they going on him?
Dire's courier.
He's
Oh
got
my
that
goodness.
rod, and, you know, with over 1,400 life, he is no easy target, but they're
Oh,
going to continue to make
that's
their move. Boom! Comes out the burst from Resolution, and Jericho hits the deck once more, and they're going to be able to take out Darky. No Sacred Relic for you, sir, and in fact, with that, DC will take their momentum and push it right into the high ground. This could be a quick series here, Ryu, because they're already on the verge of taking their first set of racks. With Lone Druid out 30 seconds, he doesn't want to have to buy back. Then he's never getting a Radiance, and he committed all of that funky build and
Radiant's
grindy
middle
farm for
barracks are under
nothing.
attack.
I mean,
Radiant's
at the end of the
middle
day,
barracks has
DC
fallen.
have zero catch without a blink on Enigma
Radiant's
or
middle
Beastmaster.
barracks has
And what
fallen.
do? They just run right into Enigma with 1,000 HP. Or a million HP. I'm not even going to exaggerate. He was so tanky and beefy during that last team fight, as well as the one before. It's just really sad to see, because Balrogs had a decent chance at this game if they had just waited for the Radiance.
But they didn't, and they wanted to kind of get frisky there.
Oh,
That
look at it
top lane
go.
engagement. Had they been a bit more patient and, yeah, just waited to get that Radiance online, it could have changed things up a lot and opened some more opportunities, or at least they had more split pressure potential to kind of stall things out a bit. But now the ball is certainly in DC's court, and it's on them to drop it or not. They can gladly play this one a bit patient now and stall out for the next Roche before they make a commitment for the high ground again. Now taking down the mid lane set of racks. There's a constant pressure wave going to be coming down the mid lane of Balrogs. Thankfully for them, they do have a, somewhat a fair amount of way to kind of keep the push back. Dazzle with his heal, Rubik with his Fade Bolt a bit, and of course Queen of Pain can do some work, but she, obviously doesn't have an Ags or anything like that, so not going to be looking to commit up too many Static Storms. And all right, Zeus just gets the finish onto Slardar. Oh no, that's unfortunate. He was actually farming the Ancients, and he got so low that when he walked over this ward, they spotted him out and just simply killed him. Oh god, no mercy here. So he goes down, and here in the jungle, it doesn't get any easier for Balrogs. They already are going to be losing their precious Queen of Pain. Lone Druid looks like he just flat out gave up. I think Balrogs might be getting the end of the road here, and that is it. Their BTS America's journey does conclude, and just as fast as they say GG, they get the hell out of here. Congratulations, Digital Chaos. They get the win, and they're going to secure a spot into the semifinals.
Yep. DC just kind of look like a new team with Resolution. They look more complete. They know where they want to rotate a lot more, and even though Resolution had a rough time this game mid, he still came back into the game, and that's just what they really wanted. They knew they were going to get free farm on AUI. Bobo was going to get a lot of work done, and Yor was just going to get a massive amount of farm, and they were going to put pressure on the towers because there was a lone druid, and Darky just stayed in the jungle way too much this game. He needed to go top way earlier and pull the creeps off. He got too greedy this game, and sometimes it can work if your team it felt like a 4 protect 1 trying to get the lone druid farm up, but they didn't put enough pressure on with the Slardar. It took him too long to get the blink dagger. He got ganked right before then, and then afterwards, they just got Roche, and then there was really no way they could really fight into Digital Chaos. They didn't have a mech on their team, and it's just very hard.
So, congratulations again, Digital Chaos. You have earned your spot into the semifinal. I will be posting and putting up the updated bracket at the conclusion of the cast, so you can see it on stream. But with that said, that will wrap things up for today. It's going to be a quick one, just one best of 3. We did have the other match postponed to tomorrow, it looks like. So for more BTS America's action, you can come back again tomorrow at the same time. It's just going to be 3 p.m. Pacific or midnight European time, and it's going to be Power of Friendship versus Infamous. I'll be here. I'm going to actually be joined by Mott for that one, and then on the back end of that, at 6 p.m. Pacific, which is also 3 in the morning European time, there is going to be what looks like Archon versus Elite Wolves. Their semifinal matchup, and that's going to be myself and Blaze. So with us being wrapped up here, RyuUboruZ, thank you so much again for joining me as a co-caster. I'm sure I'm going to be casting with you again in the future. It's always a pleasure. Sorry the series was so brief for you, but if you guys want to show some love to RyuUboruZ, please do so. You can catch him on his Twitter at RyuUboruZ. If you want to look at the spelling, you can catch it up and above at the stream title. But with that said, we're wrapping things up. Thanks again, Ryu. Everyone else, take care. Enjoy the rest of the day. Enjoy the rest of your Dota, and have a good one. Shall we? Beyond the summit. Thanks again, everybody, for coming by and watching more BTS Americas. It's a pleasure, as always, to bring you the coverage here. We're going to be wrapping up things now. If you missed the coverage, the VODs are going to be uploaded over on the Beyond the Summit YouTube channel. I actually already have Game 1 uploading as we speak. Game number 2 will be coming up shortly after. And as I said before, come back tomorrow the same time for some more BTS Americas action. We actually only have what look like, 3 series left. And then it's all over. $10,000 up for grabs.